What up, anime fans? I am back with another video. I'm viewing the 2000 OVA of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders. Now, a while back, I reviewed the first OVA from 1993. As it took me a little longer, and I already watched Phantom Blood. I probably should have watched this after Battle Tennessee, then watch Stardust Crusaders itself in the anime. But I don't plan to watch Part 4 and Part 5 until I read their mangas a bit more. But I can't do that with Stone Ocean. I was currently reading Part 7, which is good, by the way. I really found it good. The character Lucy Steele was pretty interesting too. I wasn't expecting her. I thought she was just going to be a minor character, but she played a good role in one part of the story. She's a brave, brilliant character, resourceful to protect the person she loves. Great character. So I expect a review on Part 7 in a few days. I'm around chapter 41 at the time of recording. And they're talking on 95 chapters, so it's still going to be a little long, but still. So, as I know, the longest part in JoJo is Part 4. Being over 170 chapters. Because Part 8 is 110 chapters. And, Part 3... I think it was around 160 maybe. I can't remember exactly. Should look. Yeah, I'm on the Rohan arc of the Part 4 manga. Once I do that, I'm review Part 5. I'm also going to move on to Let's Spoke Kishibe Rohan, spin-off manga. Alright, the 2000 OVA of Part 3. That should not have happened. I didn't even touch it. And let me say that again. So, the 2000 OVA of Stardust Crusaders is a prequel to the 1993 OVA, done by the same studio, APPP. APPP, yeah. APPP. I don't think I mentioned this in my previous video, but you could track down a copy of the series. It'd be very rare to track down a copy. It's because they're no longer being printed anymore, because of a lot of controversy that happened during the scene in this specific part, this specific OVA. And it comes to the book scene where Dean was reading a book with Egyptian laws and stuff. Also, man, I don't know, the writing of the book caused a lot of controversy in the country it originates from, so that had to be moved. I don't know why they didn't just change it. Like, what? Like, they could just edit it and change it. I mean, anime do have edits even back in the and it was the two houses, for God's sake. True, anime was still relatively, you get my point. Also, APPP animated the Lost Phantom Blood movie. So, yeah. I wonder when they animated that. Did they actually animate some scenes specifically to... Yeah, never mind. The movie's still lost, but if it ever gets found, I'm definitely going to do a review on it. That's if it gets found. It will definitely need a fan translation too. That's going to be taking a while too. So yeah, so the OVAs are good. No, that anyway. This is. Anyway. I fucking hate that dog. Gives me a headache. I don't seem to care. Anyway, what was I doing? Damn it, come on! That dog gets on my nerves. He barks for no goddamn reason. And that is annoying. I really don't like that. Stupid dog. Pain in the ass. Yeah. As I said, this came out in 2000. 12 years before the anime came out. The official anime came out by David Productions. And there might be a reason why it took so long to get an anime adaptation, because of the music reference Rocky loves to do. He loves music and likes to reference it in his manga, like with stand and character names. That's pretty interesting when you think about it. And that might be the reason why it took so long to get an adaptation. After all, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure came out in the late 80s. And yeah, it didn't get an adaptation until 2012. OVAs don't count. There's the original video animations. Oh yeah. OVA. Anyway, so... I'm saying. Anyway, as you know, this is a series that came out in the 2000s, when anime definitely did not follow their manga quite one-to-one, like they do these days, and just add a little flair to it. So there are definitely changes to some changes to the story, and I'm not going to cover those changes. You probably guess what the changes are when I talk about it, but I'm not going to cover the changes. If you want to know all the changes in the OVAs, go watch the video by Hamon Beat. He's a great JoJo YouTuber. His JoJo's Bizarre Adventure content is amazing. I really recommend you check him out. If I knew how to do links, I will link to his channel in the description. Oh well. Because I really like his content. And I'm currently reading part 7. I just got curious about it. Anyway, minutes and then talk about it. Yeah. So, let's get into it. So the story opens up with actually something unique. Every episode opens minus episode 7 of the OVA. Yes, there's 7 episodes. Has edited images of some good. Chooses the final adds in the final moments of Jonathan Joestar, the first JoJo. His final battle with Dio. Is added to every episode except for the final one. That's pretty interesting. But it's not titled Stardust Crusaders, by the way. It's just titled JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I don't think I talked about... I'm not sure if I talked about those in my last video, but... The OVA cast aren't that bad, but... don't really live up much to the modern cast. Oh my god! Joseph didn't even say that. And for some reason, Joseph's depicted with blonde and a blonde beard. JoJo's hat has a bit of purple on it. Pono's hair is more blonde. Well, more of a greyish blonde in the 2000 version, but more of a but definitely blonde in the 1993 OVA. After on Kakyoin look on point, except for Kakyoin's earrings. Once they do early design choices, I say the art style must be inspired by Phantom Blood and Battle 10 by Phantom Blood's art, just by the way it's designed, but that's just a guess. Compared to the 1993 OVA's designs. So I wonder if they actually use footage from that in the movie in more detail. We don't know. We might never know. If the movie's never found. Anyway. After that, we introduced our protagonist, Jotaro Kujo. He's in jail, but not for a slightly different reason. He did beat up some thugs, but he was free to go, but stays in the jail cell. So his mother Holly calls his grandfather Joseph Joestar. I'm not sure I made a mistake just now, did I? When I talked about the first JoJo, Jonathan. Did I say Joseph by accident? Anyway, Joseph brought on a friend. No. He's here for a more reason. Sorry, just kill a spider. Small one. The reason Joseph is there, because Jojo said that he's being possessed by a spirit. Joseph needs to know what that is. He can watch Jojo. By the way, I like how David Productions add a little detail of Joseph walking upwards and Jojo walking down on the outside, showing the two protagonists. It's very good matching the two protagonists up to each other. Anyway, you know, Joseph knows what he has. And knows his friend, Muhammad Abdul, to sort out. You know, these spiritual beings are called stands, and Abdul has one. After getting Jojo out of that cell, he's in home telling about the story. Telling about Dave has the destiny. Their destiny is to fight evil incarnate himself. The man known as Dio, who took the life of Jonathan's grandfather, Jonathan, and took over his body. And that body sent out stress signal, awakening his stands. Joseph also has a stand too. And something to do with the birthmarks. So they must go and find Dio and destroy him. One detail I would have loved is after they deal so bodies spread, we get to see the spirit of Jonathan Joestar. That'd be a nice detail that could have been added. Seeing the spirit of the first JoJo, thanking his descendants. Now he can finally go rest up with Arena. Unless the body did not really have a soul. Just a guess. Since Jonathan was already dead when the body was taken over. Alright, some theorize that JoJo's stand is Jonathan, which is ludicrous, but definitely has some inspirations from Jonathan. Mostly being descendant of Jonathan, the design is more influenced by the hero. I guess, I don't know. This is the Joestar genes. That's my guess why the stand looks like that. After that, Johto goes to school. Ends up meeting a new transfer student, Noyaki Kakuin, which is never stated in the OVA, by the way. It's never stated in the OVA that was a transfer student. I mean, they messed out on his iconic walk. With that pose. Intimidating. Yeah. Anyway. After getting his leg cut, Jojo noticed something out without calculating with that guy. She's up to him. when Kakyoin possesses the girl and reveals he's a stand user too, working with Dio. JoJo ends up fighting off against Kakyoin, but beating him. And by telling him back that Kakyoin is being controlled by a flesh badge. So JoJo managed to remove it by getting vision of Jonathan first defeat against Gio when he first defeated Dio, after becoming a vampire in the Joestar mansion. Yeah, to get rid of the best man. Kakyoin's now on their side. And after Harley gets sick, the crew may find out where Dio is, but luckily Kakyoin knows. Dio's in Egypt. So the Stardust Crusaders head off to Egypt. And JoJo gets a name for his stand, Star Platinum. They're off on a Speedwagon Foundation jet bucket that crashes near on a ship, where they meet a stand user named Jean-Pierre Ponloraf in his stand's silver chariot. Ponloraf is a Frenchman. Atop is enough and beats him. And as well as a nurse stand user, and it's the ship's a stand after killing two members of the Speedwagon Foundation that were done. JoJo faces up against it, but ultimately couldn't do it, and it was actually killed by Ponloraf. He decides to join with them. He has his reasons. And she says his sister was murdered by a man with two right hands. He's got to find and kill that bastard for his sister's sake. So the crew head off to Egypt. Not too long later, Oliver finds is attacked by a stand user. And this stand has two right hands. No, it belongs to the man who killed his sister. So Palmer decides to split from the group, and he's mad. Ato's definitely worried about something. Anyway, Palmer ends up meeting a man named Whole Horse, who also has a stand called Emperor, which is a gun. And the name of the stand that attacked Palmer was Handman. And stand user is Jay Guile. Was his name Centerfold? Or was that his dub name? Now I think about it, I remember his name being Centerfold, but that might have been good dub. We'll just wait see until when I get to the Japanese version of Part 3. Oh, I actually do have some more JoJo news, but I forgot to mention. I would say that to the end. So, was arranged. Yeah, he couldn't do it, and Abdul ended up paying the price right after saving him. Abdul seen died. Rebel Kakyoin, and now Conrad's new resolve. They face up against Jagal and defeat him. I'll send me down the story, okay? All horse escapes though. So yeah, the four main Crusaders head off, and they end up leave India. End up in a small town, seeing a hotel owned by an old woman who has a hand bandage. Yeah, you could tell JoJo's definitely suspicious. I mean, Palmer couldn't get to sleep that night because he couldn't stop thinking about her hand that was bandaged. And he goes out and meets a young woman whose name is Enya. It's because Ohos reveals that she's the stand user. Her stand is justice, and she's also the old woman. But when everyone begs to do a stand, but JoJo comes in, the race is burning down. So Anya secretly turns into her old woman form, not knowing that it was her. Not the others were none the wiser. Justice is too strong and Polymorph can't do anything because of the power, of the stand's power. But Axel shows up still alive. And makes a clever trick by Jotaro. It's revealed that the old woman is Enya. No. Make it pay, she is defeated. And she ends up getting killed by the flashbang playing her. So she doesn't feel anything about Dio's stand. And, Abdul never died, as we know. And this is what part that really did piss a lot of people off. Araki should not have done that. I think he did make a mistake like that. So basically, the bullet didn't really shoot Abdul through the head. It only grazed him thanks to sent by J. Gal's Headman stand attack. Being stabbed. So really, it was kind of a double-edged sword in the first place. Basically, the others knew Abdul was alive. And kept the receiver from off because he's a blabbermouth. No matter what the excuse is, that's still not right. That really does piss off a lot of people. And I was actually mad about it too. So, and they finally, after they crossed the desert, they're finally in Egypt. Ending off Stardust Crusaders OVA 2, which leads into the original 1993 OVA. Now, I streamed on a lot of things, and you can guess what the differences were when I explained them. But, be more detailed descriptions of what was changed in the OVAs, I still recommend checking out Hamon Beat, as every change the JoJo anime made is anime differences videos. They're really good. Be interested. Oh yeah, before I go, we live in the UK and do not have a Crunchyroll subscription, you're in luck. Because part 5 is officially coming to Netflix this October. Yep, Golden Wind's officially coming to Netflix UK this October. You'll be able to watch all parts on Netflix. So be excited. And that's saying something because, again, parts 1 through 5 is available on Crunchyroll. But you need a premium subscription, even though it's cheap. You still need a premium subscription to watch it, and not many people do that. So, again, I reckon. So I'll be excited. Anyway, that was the Stardust Crusaders OVA's 2000 version. So, yeah, I'm done with the OVAs. I can now move on to the main JoJo anime while reading the manga. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please hit the thumbs up button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel and notification bell. Basically, always a constant future. See you guys tomorrow for Jujutsu Kaisen and Rurouni Kenshin. Also, tomorrow I'll be catching up on Tamako Cinema chapters only up to chapter 20. Because 21 this Sunday will be the final chapter of the series. According to the Twitter account of the unofficial Shonen Jump news account. Maybe unofficial, but yeah, it's accurate sources to know specific details. So I recommend you follow this guy. I'm sad about that. Tamako-san was good. I just haven't been catching up lately. I'm too lazy. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to review those. If I don't do it tomorrow, I could just do it Friday. So thank you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Kill Phoenix out.